Well, hi everyone, and welcome to episode 26 of Impact Makers. Can you believe we're already at 26, Michael? We started this last May, about 8 months into this, and we've got 26 episodes so far. So not quite weekly, but 2 or 3 times a month. Not bad, right?
No, not bad. It's kind of crazy that we're sitting here still doing this, actually.
Well, it's been a lot of fun, and we've gotten a lot of good feedback on it, so we'll keep doing it. So we're doing a little role reversal today. Typically, you're used to seeing Michael be the MC here and facilitator of the conversation. We're going to switch the role, and I'm going to play that today. And we've got an interesting topic, and one that is near and relevant to Michael in a discussion we had the other day as he got back from a long weekend trip to Colorado on a skiing trip with some buddies. And we just thought, you know what, this is a great analogy we were talking about, and so let's make it an Impact Makers post. So, Michael, questions to you. First off, how was the skiing trip? And second, describe the analogy that we were talking about on your last day of finding that fresh powder and how amazing that was.
Yeah, I mean, for me, skiing is always great. I've been fortunate enough to take a couple of trips a year now, and a couple of big takeaways. There's time away from the office, time away from work. It always seems to be interesting how work creeps into kind of some analogies like you're alluding to. But really, the trip was great. We went into it with kind of muted expectations. It's been a down year for snow in Colorado. But we were pleasantly surprised on the last day, not totally sure exactly, it could have been weather related, with Sunday being high winds, that, not a lot of the terrain at Keystone, which was where we were at on Monday, maybe it wasn't open. But what made it amazing is we were able to find some untracked powder. We were able to make fresh tracks. We had to, maybe do a little hiking to find it, but it was a short hike. And as we were talking, it was, that's where the fun is ultimately, for me and my buddies, finding that snow where nobody has been, where you can chart your own path. It's more fun. And, we thought about that, and that truly is where we've made hay. For sure, you've made hay in the CPA profession. Where are people not helping other CPA firms? For you, it's been, in the Lean Six Sigma space, process improvement. For me, same thing. And, what we talk to our clients about, go to the space where others aren't. It's more fun. And that's, that was the big aha, from the ski trip was, that untracked powder, that's where people haven't been, and it's more fun. So, don't be afraid to do that in business as well.
Yeah, we had a great discussion the other day. Sometimes I wish we would just push record on some of our impromptu conversations. But something we've talked about a lot over the last couple of years is the idea of being a trailblazer versus a corporate steward. And we need more trailblazers in business. We need more trailblazers in CPA firms. Those willing to blaze that trail, see that fresh powder, and want to provide that first track. And that's really, if you think about it, the concept of leading from the front. That's leading from the front. It's, if you're an organization with a bunch of corporate stewards, who's blazing the trail? Who's going on that first track with that fresh powder? And that's just a little bit of the conversations we were having, and how there's truly an opportunity for those in CPA firms that want that adventure, that want to find that fresh powder. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, it's actually crazy because it's a little counterintuitive. For sure, on the mountain where people have been, like where you're going over, following tracks that have already been there, it's more bumpy. In the mountains, that's where the moguls form. So, if you want to go to the bumps, that's the harder, that can be the harder way down. But if you're willing to, like you said, be the trailblazer, go to where nobody else has gone, it's a little nerve-wracking because you're like, okay, where does this path go? But ultimately, there's a lot of enjoyment in that, in carving that first path. And the aha moment is that it's less bumpy. So think about that in the business environment. It is more bumpy to follow somebody else's, path. follow the corporate stewards. It can be more bumpy. Where in the trailblazing space, it can be smoother. Again, counterintuitive, but that's one of the ahas from the ski trip.
All right. To summarize, if you're an adventure seeker in the business world, find this. The summary here is find your fresh powder. Whether you're in a large firm, a small firm, an entrepreneur, part of a huge organization, there's fresh powder out there for you within your organization. Find it and go have a lot of fun. Until next time, have a great week.
Take care, everybody.